Bringing us on. Okay, cool. We should be back here. Hey guys, sorry about everything. That my computer just decided it was done. So I had to totally redo all my stuff. Give me.
I looked at you and it said baloney, mister.
It did.
That being said, Taylor, you look so clean.
I know. Like, I guess it just needed to restart. I've never had this much of a day and night transformation.
Yeah.
In just a simple restart, but here we are. Okay, cool. So, what we are gonna do now?
So we are building Taylor's character. We're both making test characters with our new character creation system we made a little while ago. It's kind of like a survey thing. We are Vault Peddlers. Well, we are TGS Games. This is Vault Peddlers. This is a game we've been building on stream for the last 2 years. And we do it, like, in front of the community. So, like, if you have any questions for us about our game, like, in 2 months when our playtest documents are available for you, you can ask us directly on stream. You can visit our website and get that stuff when they're up. Or just visit and get a kind of an idea of what our game is. By the way, it's Mad Max meets the Renaissance. You play the titular Vault Peddlers. And, like, when we say, like, what is your relationship with your community, we do mean, like, your crew. Like, it is very much like your, like Atlantis. The Disney show I use, the Disney movie I use as a...
Disney show.
Did they have a show? They probably did.
They probably did, actually, to be fair.
But, like, it is your people, like, in this case, me and Taylor's character, and a dispatch person in the vehicle that we run. Were this a full group, it would be, like, you know, two more people, 3 more people, that kind of thing. But it's basically you running jobs for people contracted by them. So, our last question is, who is your nemesis? Someone wealthy, someone violent, someone smart, someone who just won't die, someone charismatic, a smooth talker, a criminal cartel, a mad scientist, or someone who wanders.
So yeah, I was thinking about this while my computer was restarting. And I think that my nemesis is somebody who is charismatic. And I think that they're a politician in Vigil.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that
in the Iron Courts.
Yeah, I think that they are somebody, like, they're some kind of a vizier or a consul that kind of, like, had it out for me from the get-go. Like, I wasn't really a good fit in Vigil regardless, and this person immediately saw that out and sought to make my life a living hell, and still does, I think. Like, if the caravan ever does go into, like, Vigil territory, then, like, you can rest assured that, like, this person is going to make sure that my life is incredibly difficult as a result.
What's their name?
Trying to think about the naming conventions that we have for...
I like the term vizier.
Yeah.
That just sounds very Vigil to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a title.
Yeah, Vizier is definitely... I think Vizier is their title. Fuck, I hate naming things. Vizier...
Dun, 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 dun.
Give me a Renaissance ass name. Vizier Shakespeare.
Well, I mean, go Renaissance or go Mad Max with it.
Oh, or go Mad Max with it, actually, yeah, and that would kind of fit Vigil.
Nice. Noggin, that's hilarious.
What's your name?
Fuck me.
Yeah. No, like, I love telling stories. I love naming, like, places even is fine. I hate naming people. I think it's going to be Vizier Vizier Direlock. No,
Ooh.
I like Lock as the final.
Darlock feels very vigilant to me.
Like Dire though, Direlock.
Yeah.
Direlock?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess that works. I wasn't sure.
Or do it like German, Deir.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. Dialogue. Throw a fucking umlaut in there.
Any good fantasy name.
or a black, like I'm just making a metal band. Why'd you do the umlaut? Oh, it looks cool.
Oh, it's there. It's just there now.
I saw a fucking meme the other day. It's like these black metal band logos are getting out of control, and it was just a pile of sticks.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's like nice, rested. It does look like a sick logo, though.
It really does. That's the worst thing about it, is that it's a really good logo.
Okay, cool. So, a smooth talker, basically.
Yeah. So, like this guy, I think that this guy has the ear of the king, and a lot of people know that he's not like great, but he's developed such a good reputation as being like one of the herd, that people can't really question him on it, because like he does do the actual work. He's just he's just a dickhead.
He gets shit done, and that's what matters in Vigil, right?
Exactly, right? He's an efficient ruler. But yeah, no, it's definitely going to be something where if we do go into Vigil, like that's going to be a problem for sure.
Well, he's vindictive though too, right? Like, and that's what it is, right? Like, yeah. That's the negative trait. Okay, so get a plus in your parlay.
Oh, right. Okay, so plus in parlay. Wow, I am maxing out a couple of these things.
Yeah,
appraisal and parlay are basically the only things I'm any good at.
It's interesting. I actually want to talk about something when we are done about these two characters, and then I think we should make a caravan together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. What is the most personally significant setback your caravan has experienced? Plus skills. So these choices are: I recently lost an item of great value to a rival Vault Peddler team. I recently lost a member of a team to a contract. to a rival Vault Peddler team. I came into possession of a powerful treasure that we can't unlock. A member of my team was injured and I was unable to help them. I've developed a poor reputation with the public due to something they believe I did. I was subject of a nasty rumor in the Vault Peddler community. Wow, that one's actually very good. I was accused of a crime and now I'm wanted in major area. My gear is constantly malfunctioning, which compromises contracts, which I love. And traversal. A contract was lost because I got lost on the job.
Some of these are so serious and some of them are so ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking very metal how, like, we just think it's funny when people are dipshits in games.
Right.
Like, so we're like, what if we mechanized that?
Okay, so it's either poor reputation with the public due to something they believe I did, or I'm the subject of a nasty rumor in the Vault Peddler community. And both of them, Direlock is responsible for whatever that perception is of me. So the question really is, I mean, who would somebody like that target? It makes sense that he would spread the word to the public, but if he's heard that I'm a Vault Peddler and he knows I might be working with other Vault Peddlers, might make sense that he spread something in that community as well.
Although it's probably harder for him to spread rumors in the Vault Peddler community because Vault Peddler...
Well, yes and no, right? I mean, like, the Iron Courts are like any other high-profile client. They're gonna work with Vault Peddlers.
Right, but Vault Peddlers, and I'm sure they do, but Vault Peddlers probably fucking, by and large, treat anything outside of the community that people say, like, with a grain of salt.
That's
right?
True.
Because you're like, you know, it's fucking like hobo culture.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Oh my god, can we have like Vault Peddler like sigils and runes and shit?
Yes.
We should actually do that. That is tight as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well then, yeah, if that's the case, we're going to go with impression then.
Okay, cool.
I think impression makes a lot of sense for this.
Yeah.
So let me just add that here. And then what was the rumor, I guess, is the question.
Yeah.
Because it has to be something that it wouldn't be a crime, because if it was a crime, he'd be powerful enough to come after me for it, right?
And like, I mean, we put something they believe I did as like, it could just be you have a poor reputation because you're kind of a shithead too.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wanted something with a little more narrative flavor for whoever's...
Which I will say, I love all these prompts because they are like very good, like character hooks.
Oh,
for,
it's
like,
GM fodder. It's
yeah.
like you can tell this was made by two forever GMs, because all of these questions you can take shit and be like, oh, I could make an arc out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah, no, I don't hate the whole thing of just like putting it around that I'm a shithead.
I wanted to put it forward not just for you, but for like other people playing this, that like, hey, like these are generalized statements. You can kind of twist and turn how you need. Absolutely.
Yeah, like speaking to an earlier question from Noggin Dude, you definitely don't have to stick with any of these answers. They're there in case you want them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's talk about, or no, I've got a,
let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about you and me. Okay, so what is this rumor then? Let me see here.
Yeah, no, Noggin, I think you're very right. Like the sigil thing is going to be very fun. The really fun thing about this game, and it's something I've talked about in the past, is like there is a kind of explosion of like these blue collar group games going on right now that I really dig, and I like that like we're kind of falling into that milieu because like the idea that there's this under community that you're a part of and like you're like fucking carving sigils is like, yeah, that guy's a real dipshit, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, then you go outside and you're like, fucking idiot. Easy mark here, guys.
They have like a hobo sigil for like petty coin, raw.
Easy mark. Free pie.
Yeah.
Pie that will lure you with hand smell.
Okay, so let's... Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Because I can't think of anything more specific. The rumor is just that I'm a shithead and that I'm generally untrustworthy and that I've fucked over people at Vigil. And I think that he learned about my connection with the Black Scale.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually going to say that's why I left, was because they came to me and said like, hey, you've been made. People know that you're a part of this group now. And so like, we can't have you with us. And as a result, I turned to vault peddling to
literally the next closest person who is the
yeah,
guy who
exactly.
just
Well, you guys have an open seat. I'm going to ride with you.
Don't you want to kill me? Oh, that was ages ago.
That was like 20 minutes ago.
Well, Brooks, lots of people want to kill you, so...
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, so I think that's it. There's been a rumor about me that I'm just generally not trustworthy.
So let's throw your stats on screen for a second, because I want to kind of compare and contrast them.
Yeah.
And this is under what this accomplishes. So you have...
Yeah.
I have 3 d12s and 2 d10s. What do you have for approaches?
3 d12s and 2 d10s.
Hey, that's pretty good. I guess that's all, like, unless you're dipping into something, that's, like, what it is, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then I have 1 4 and 2 2s.
I have 2 3s and 1 2.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's pretty across the board, honestly. It almost seems like maybe the skill questions, maybe we actually have you do the plus to both. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, honestly.
I think we can probably keep it the way we did because we're going to do your equipment now. And what we did find out is that, like,
That's
my
true.
equipment kind of rounded my character out.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I am going...
We might want to increase the money you start with like 2 like 7 so you can increase your stats with like gear and then have like 1 penny coin left over or something like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which might be the way to do it instead of actually doing a stat increase.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I do think I'm going to follow suit. Or no, I'm actually going to do a medium imbued weapon.
Okay.
And I think that this is like a modified shrieker prod. It's something that like it's used mainly to what's the word? Stun more than anything else. But I'm going to give it the bolted tag. So it deals electric damage. And so that is 2 to buy, I think. No, it's 3 to buy.
3 to buy, 2 to use.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Like, so you can attack somebody with it, but if you want to activate that, like that ability, right, it costs 2 to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to
same
take...
with my auto fire.
And then I'm going to take light armor. So we're going to take the +1 to defense. And I think that this is not fire-resistant clothing from Vigil, but I do think that this is maybe something that he took on the way out of the city. Like some reinforced, like minor clothes that don't have heat resistance, but just have a little bit of extra padding.
Sure.
And then I'm going to use my last bit on a grease bomb.
Ooh, yeah. That's what your character is.
That my character is a grease bomb. I felt like it was appropriate. But yeah, no, something that just something to squirm his way out of something in case shit goes really bad.
Taylor made this item and it's my favorite in the world because it just oils you up.
It's like a bank pack, like when you rob a bank, and like the blue paint just explodes all over you. Imagine that, but it's a very slick grease. And you can just, ugh.
It's baby oil.
It's baby oil. Yeah, it's an item that just covers you in baby oil.
Which I'm going to take the last thing that Noggin said in chat and apply it to this, which is, I didn't like it at first, but it's a fun little journey to go down.
Yeah, right?
What's your character's name?
I've been thinking about this whole time. Defense. Grease bomb. Okay, cool. What's my character's name?
You also didn't fill out your divinity section.
Oh, it's
Parlay. I do like, okay, so while you think about this, I did want to say, I do like that these characters do have, like, they're both good at, like, discerning value, but for different reasons.
So, your character is so much more honest.
Because it's cool. Because it's worth money.
Because if I find 5 more of these, then I can go on vacation.
But I mean, like, I don't know, they make sense as a Vault Peddler crew, right? Like, they're dipping into, like, they both have their own reasons for doing it, but like they are like delving into things. You're fucking facilitating contracts, like, yeah.
Definitely, we are a very high appraisal group so far. I'm gonna say this much: this group needs a Hank really fucking bad.
Well, I tried to give myself enough weapon to be like, I can get by, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here. I'm getting the name like Arthur Kraft, and I don't know. Like it's okay. It's not a bad name. It just feels very milquetoast.
So let's turn it into a Volt Peddler handle. Like I went with Meadowbrooks, and then I just went Meadowbrook, and then I was just like, you know what, Brooks is a good like kind of prisony Volt Peddling.
All right, I like Kraft.
Yeah, there you go, Brooks Craft. Crafty. Hey, Crafty.
You already made cracked characters in your own game.
Artie Craft. Artie. Have I already made cracked characters in your own game? What do you mean? What do you mean? Cracked in that.
Is that a cyberpunk thing, or is that a?
I don't know. Cracked
as
in
OP. As an OP.
Drew is aware of my predilections. I don't know. I don't know how I do it, guys. I don't intend to necessarily.
No, I mean, like, to your credit, you play to a type, and the thing is, you use that standard for everything. Like, yeah. I remember in the first game I ever GM'd for you in was a D&D one-shot thing where you played, like, a flip monk who was really good at acrobatics, and, like, you would just narrate it so that everything you did, it's like, oh, yeah, I go over there, I flip over there. And it's like, okay, well, then you have to roll acrobatics. And so
I'm running down the walls of the hallway.
Yeah, exactly. At, like, some old woman's cottage, it's like, yeah, I flip over there. Like,
yeah, well, she doesn't love that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is, I mean, like, I can see their group together. Let's make a caravan. Do you want to throw the caravan sheet up?
Yeah, let me see if I've got that here. One sec.
Artie. I'm gonna start calling your character Artie.
Artie.
Artie. Just RD. Oh, I don't know why, but that just...
What?
Some World Inferno in my head for some reason, and then I got sad.
Aw.
Here's to you, Jack.
Circus will never be the same.
Good. It's...
Yeah,
you
man.
should be arrested.
Before I say, see you outside in a few days or in a few weeks. God, so good.
So fucking good.
Like, no business making music that good.
So rad. It's like he divines a clear total badass. Yeah, to be fair, my character is like he's sort of a dipshit though. He's like very manipulated, very easy to. Well, he's like super deductive, but I think he's like one of those dudes that like. It's like a. He's missing the forest through the trees, right? I think that's what it is. What, are you having trouble? It's
Yeah, I'm just trying to. For some reason, it won't let me. Hang on, I'll get there.
I can tell you have access to it, right?
I've got access to it. I'm trying to. You know how like when you upload like you open like an actual document and like it gives you like a huge pain in the ass time trying to get back to the drive proper. So you click open and it gives you like that weird limited menu that doesn't really do what you're looking for, but like it teases you with the promise that maybe it does. So you click through a bunch of folders and it's not fucking there. And you're like, oh, well, I must have missed it because, of course, nobody would design something so fucking stupid as to not have the like all of the files that are in the folder that I'm looking for. But they did. And so you keep going through until eventually you finally get to the caravan sheet, which I'm on now.
It's like tantric web browsing because like it's almost taking you there. And then it doesn't.
Hey, you want to explain that to me?
It's Google Edge. I was going to make a Microsoft Edge joke. It took me a long time to get there.
I should have waited. That was a really good joke.
Also, I can't believe that. Yeah, I do wonder what the crew's up to, Noggin, now that Galtov is gone. I'm very curious to see Galtov come back from hell someday and see what it looks like. That being said, okay, let's make our caravan crew.
Okay, second here.
I will lead us, and you can write it.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, cool. So, now that the individual characters are complete, it's time to make your caravan. These are mobile homes that provide safe haven and a base of operation for Vault Peddlers in the harsh world of Eba. Each one, however, is entirely different. The one you make is entirely up to what your group agrees on. To create a caravan, add the following base stats to your character sheet and answer the subsequent questionnaire, because we are a team of questionnaires. So, we have a storage score of 9.
Okay.
We have 3 stations, pilot bay, maintenance, and gunnery.
Okay.
Each of which has a starting score of 1 and 3 wound nodes. And we also have a standard Vault Peddler bank capable of containing 25 petty coin. So the idea here is that, like, you alone can carry 5. You can bring 5 with you. That's, like, what you can spend. But again, like, money, like, 1 petty coin doesn't buy a meal. A meal doesn't cost you anything because it's pocket change.
Right.
But, like, 1 petty coin does feed the whole caravan for a day.
Keep talking. I'm going to be right back.
1 caravan, like 1 petty coin doesn't get you like just like a big metal pipe. You want to buy that as a weapon. Fine, that's great. But what it does do is like provide enough power to keep your caravan running for 1 full day. So like it's a way of abstracting money where like the little things don't matter, but the big things do. And like you can't really game it because it's like, well, I'm going to buy 100 sandwiches. Those are small. Those aren't worth anything. Well, 100 sandwiches is a purchase. You can like invest in that. So that'll. I'm talking about sandwiches now.
Yeah. That I know.
And Taylor's dog's very cute.
She's okay.
Okay, so what does your caravan look like? Open-ended. Just have the players describe the caravan and apply a bonus to 1 station based on the description.
So can I hit you? Can I hit you with just a wild idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something the size relatively of like a school bus. It's not super huge. It's segmented into 3 basic cars, you would call them. And it moves on little legs, like a centipede kind of legs.
Okay, let me hit you one better. Move on big legs.
Like how big? We talking like Daddy Longleg? Like is this thing 50 feet in the air? Is this Wild
Well, not 50
West?
feet, but like I think big enough where like it can push itself up over, like make itself all terrain.
He has a 50-foot tarantula.
It's a 50-foot tarantula.
Okay, cool. I don't have so actually this is something that like, I don't know, like I wanted to leave this question open-ended because I really wanted people to design their own thing altogether. Do we want to give players the opportunity to just like apply their own tags to this, like all terrain, like it can go over stuff? Like how do you want to mechanize that?
I don't know. We should probably do that though, because looking at this, I'm like, open-ended, have the players describe the caravan and apply a bonus to 1 station based on the description is a little vague. We might want to like at least throw in examples of what that could be. But we should probably throw in some prompts on that. But I think this is generally a pilot. This is a pilot thing, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that is segmented bodies or 3 segmented cars.
I think it doesn't go up I think it goes up like it can lift, like it goes closer to the ground.
Yeah.
When it like walks, and then it can lift itself up like, I don't know, like 7 to 10 feet off the ground to like get over shit. Like It's like big hydraulic legs, right?
Yeah, lift the body up to... We're just going to say up to... Well, no, wait. We do everything in this thing in meters. So what, 2 meters or 3?
3 seconds can lift the body up to 10, so that would be 3 meters.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. For now, that's going to be fine. And we're applying that to the pilot bay, so that now has a score of 2. Okay.
So yeah, and so the pilot bay, the bays kind of work like when you're doing vehicle to vehicle combat or things in your vehicles. Instead of rolling with your skills, am I doing that right? It's you roll with the point, whatever the value of your gunnery, pilot bay, or maintenance is.
Exactly. So you would take whatever your approach is when using that station off of your character sheet, and you would roll the number of dice for the station itself. And the idea is that, look, I may have less, like, for example, if I'm in like a gunnery, I may have more dice in like my brutality score on my character sheet, but that weapon can't do nearly as much damage as the reliquary item in the gunnery. Yeah.
And one thing we don't have to worry about is like long protracted battles, because our combat system kind of negates protracted battles. Like basically at the start of combat you decide what's going to happen if you don't like intervene or do something, and you play it out for so many rounds, and then the GM decides based on what happened how combat resolves, basically. So pretty novel approach, I think. So question number 1. So, okay, it's segmented. It has these big legs that can lift it 10 meters. It's got like 3 segments, like little like trailer pods, right? That's what it has. 3 trailer pods with 2 legs.
Yeah,
on each
absolutely,
one.
Yes.
Do you have to? Here's a question: do they link up like? There's like a tunnel between them, or do you have to like open the caravan doors and leap in?
It's open. It's janky as hell. It's open.
There's like a carabiner between each one with a hook you can like hook up to.
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000% open. You have to make like, it's a small jump. It's like 3 feet.
Yeah, but like it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking like so much flavor in the middle of combat. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so reliquary item 1. What does your pilot bay look like? Pilot bays are the command center of the caravan, where courses are plotted and split-second decisions are made. Describe your pilot bay, how it looks, and select one of the following boons to apply to your caravan. I think it's maneuverability, right?
If that's what, I mean, actually, I think that's, okay, so we resolved this, actually.
Yeah.
We actually gave ourselves the opportunity to do that. Okay, cool. It's going to be maneuverability. And as far as like a narrative description, most of this caravan is junked. And I think that the pilot bay is like no exception. It's probably one of the nicer parts of the ship. And I think that has to do a lot with whoever is driving, whether it's me or actually, I think it's me.
So I love the idea, because it's not like the pilot bay itself is like, because of these legs, they're like hydraulic legs. It's like attached to a bunch of levers that like control each segment. So you're controlling like one wheel to like steer like the different areas, and then pulling levers to like move the fucking legs around. It's a very active pilot station, right? Like you gotta have your fucking wits about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a very Miyazaki vibe coming off of this pilot bay, 1,000%. Yeah. A builder would be a perfect pilot. I think actually, 100%. I think this was designed for builders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Maybe Matic was a builder.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. This is Matic's old ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. And God help the pilot that has to try.
This is Matic's old gallery. Fucking that lunatic. Yeah. He took his fucking gallery with him wherever he went. Fucking like.
Oh fuck! I love that. Yeah. No, that's 1,000%. Okay, cool.
Oh, we could just call it the fucking gallery.
Okay, so Maddox's old gallery. Okay, tight. Love that. All right, so maintenance.
Okay, cool. So maintenance. Your maintenance station is the lifeblood of your caravan, keeping the engines pumping and the armor plating strong. Describe your maintenance station, taking one corresponding item from the list below. Improved tool set from the tech center of Ishtos. Tools are fit for any repair. Improved bank. An improved segregated radon interior. Whoa, that's cool. Radon interior allows your bank to safely hold up to 10 more petty coin without becoming dangerous. Taylor, that's a fucking dope sentence. Cargo netting, industrial strength tethers capable of supporting additional weight and up to 3 hull points. Survival capsule. Aren't sure if it's old or alien tech, but this airtight insulated capsule will protect against anything. Only fits one. I think for if I had my druthers, it's improved tool set or cargo netting.
I was gonna say my character 1,000% wants the improved bank.
Then let's meet in the middle. I think cargo netting gets us 3 more hull points. We can haul more shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's bigger. It's bigger rewards on contracts. Okay, cool. So
Plus
cargo
the idea
netting.
of this thing, like you're fucking like strapping things in, and it's just like dragging hull behind it. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I'm getting like a very real, visceral description of this thing. I love this. This caravan character creation is working quite well.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so cargo netting. And I think along those lines, we know this was a builder's ship. I think that originally the cargo netting was for Maddox. I think this was where he used to like make bed or whatever. And I think that's what the cargo netting was originally for.
I mean, like, I think it's like any number. I think he probably slept in it, but like when he wasn't using it, he was using it because like builders are like haulers, right? They like shit. They like collecting shit. So like the idea that he sleeps in the netting and like sleeping under the open stars, hanging underneath this thing. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then question 4 is gunnery.
Yep. Question 4 is gunnery. What does your gunnery look like? Each gunnery contains a vehicle-mounted weapon. Describe where it is on the vehicle, what it looks like, and select one of the following weapons to place on the mount. So light imbued weapon, medium imbued weapon, explosive or heavy imbued weapon, I think is what we were going to put in.
Heavy imbued is what it should read, yeah. Because explosive is a tag now.
And also tractor beam shouldn't be on here because we decided that could be like an item that you put on your...
Yeah.
So it's just a light imbued, medium imbued, or explosive. Okay. So
why wouldn't we go with heavy?
It looks like in select one. Yeah. Because you could only have...
Oh, it's like a longer reload, and it's expensive.
Requires 2 rounds of combat, 1 narrative time to reload. Requires 1 round of combat to reload. Okay, yeah. So light imbued, you could just use each round. Medium, take 1 round to reload. And explosive takes 3 rounds to reload. Okay, which one?
So I definitely think that... So the question is, in my mind, how much work have we done on Maddox's old ship? Like, how long have we had this, do you think?
So let's take a peek. We know that Amber fights reach maturity. I mean, they're immortal, but they reach maturity at 25.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm probably younger for an Amber fight, so I'm probably like pretty quickly out of the group. So I'm probably like 30, 35.
Okay.
And I think I hooked up with Maddox pretty early on. I think that the question is, how long have we been hanging out?
So I would have come to you. It probably wasn't too long after Maddox died.
Okay.
So maybe, I don't know.
Last year or 2?
Yeah, probably like a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do 2. It's been 2 years. We've had this thing.
In that time, I mean, so here's the thing. What I'm getting at is, I think that our priorities would probably be different than Maddox's, or at least my influence would definitely lead to different choices than Maddox's. Because if Maddox had this, I think that he's got probably like a medium imbued weapon. I think that he's more. I think he's more responsible. I would definitely get a heavy imbued weapon. 1,000% I would.
Okay.
So that's where I'm between.
I think that Brooks probably felt uncomfortable with the change, but like you probably talked him into it, right? Like you're more world. You have convinced Brooks that you're more worldly than he is.
Oh no.
That might not even be true.
It's Brooks probably not.
Brooks has been vault pedaling for like 10 years.
Right. But listen to me, kid. I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Okay, cool. So we have a heavy imbued weapon.
What is it?
So I think that like one day you were like sitting, you were finishing digging a hole, and like my silhouette like covered you in the hole. And I was holding a magazine, and I was like, "Guess what we're getting?" And it's this giant like ridiculously over the top like grenade launcher for like ammunition that is like so expensive that like we can't even afford it. And I think that that's what it is. Like it is like a heavy weapon. And it's got like a 360-degree mount. You actually come up so that you're exposed above the last container on our ship. And it has like a 360 rotation, and like an automatic feeder, that takes like 2 minutes or like 2 rounds or whatever to like actually reload. And I convinced you that it's the best thing on the market. They've got a sale right now, so technically we're saving money.
Can I play on this?
Yeah.
We got it, and it immediately broke.
Immediately broke.
And we've since like you like through delves and shit like fashion like hobbled together like old reliquaries into like it's like impact grenades basically. It's like a big heavy cannon that just fires like these fucking volleys of like fucking rocks basically.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I think we just call it the reliquary. Like it is the reliquary.
Yeah.
And it was this big expensive cannon.
Our dispatch makes the joke that it's a relic, not a reliquary. For sure. And I think that it's like what I had in mind is like it's the grenade launcher equivalent of a gas station knife. It looks unbelievably like intricate, and it has all of these pointless flourishes.
It shoots rocks.
It shoots rocks, and it jams all the fucking
time. The game you made where the president of the U.S. was in Namek, or the time he... I think he was talking about the time where he turns a family into pigs.
Yeah, that's the one. The pig family.
Welcome to Miyazaki's new film, Pig Family.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, Wolf Boy, but with internet culture now, I feel like that's not the way to describe that movie.
So, next thing we're going to do is die generation. How would you describe your caravan in one word?
Shitty.
In addition to providing overland travel, intel, and housing, caravans also generate additional die that players can use to boost their rolls. These die are generated when acting in accordance with a one-word summary tag, which the party agrees upon together. Players can choose their tag from the list to the right, pick something, be actionable, and represent the general attitude of the attribute. So I'd like something that like would delve into the idea that like I'm curious and like to have things. You like to have things to sell things, and like this is Maddox's old gallery.
Yeah.
Something in the vibe of like collecting. I don't know how to make that like actionable, but that's what I would like to do.
Here's the thing. It's for different reasons and different intentions, but we are both greedy people. I think I think greedy is our tag.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say hoarding.
Well, so that's the thing though. I think that for my character, it's not about hoarding. I don't give a shit if we hang on to stuff for any period of time. In fact, if we go back and sell it today, that's better for me.
Okay, then yeah, greedy.
Yeah, so I think greedy is our tag. I am noticing that may be hard to implement. I mean, greedy being self-interested, I mean, that's going to fit the bill for 90. Most of the actions we take will have greedy.
It's you have to be actionably greedy in the moment, right? Like it's not like, well, like the back deal of this is that like eventually this is going to play. No, it's like I'm taking this because like this is the deal right now. Like I'm taking this
even though it would harm me right now.
Yeah. Okay. Like it's being actionable about it, and like as we've decided too that like you're going to generate a bunch of D12s right away, and like our die system being what it is, I don't think it's that much of a problem.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, cool. And then next is dispatch, I think, or quirks?
Quirks. What holds your caravan back? Caravan.
Tell me about the caravan.
Mother, tell me of the caravan.
By the way, this is exactly how Kraft refers to a caravan. Oh, welcome to our caravan.
Why are you saying it like that?
What do you mean? I'm just talking about the caravan.
Huh. I'm sure Maddox called it a caravan.
No, dear. It's a caravan.
Caravan. It's just I've never heard anyone else say it that well.
You know, it's probably just because you're from the woods. Lots of people pronounce things wrong from there.
It does make sense.
Does happen. It's okay, though.
It's okay to be an idiot.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, darling.
Incredible. Okay, so quirks or optional challenges caravans can decide to take on in exchange for additional. I would love to have him meet my worst character, Pierre St. Pierre.
Jesus Christ, no.
They represent something you're the most educated man in the world. They represent something your caravan is bad at. Maybe dealing with tech, maybe someone more powerful doesn't like you when facing off against them. Remove one die from any roll. Okay, hold on. Something your caravan is bad at. Maybe dealing with tech. Someone powerful doesn't like you when facing off against them. You remove one die from any roll you make. So for each quirk, you can take up to a maximum of 5. So basically, we pick something, and when we're dealing with that element of things, we get...
we take one die off.
Yeah. I would say, okay, here's the thing, and I'm going to pitch this to you. It leans into my character's thing with the black scale.
Yeah.
But also, I think probably both of us, I think criminal elements aren't super stoked on us because you have a bad reputation. They think you've ripped people off, which isn't great in the criminal underworld because how do you get back at somebody without fucking killing them? That's a lot of work. And I'm a dipshit who is actively.
Well, yeah. So specifically, I mean, even just with our backstories on the Black Scale, right? They are your nemesis. They specifically want you dead, and. I would also be bad at dealing with them because I'm trying to navigate that weird, middle friend that, is trying to get you guys to, not even play together, but just leave each other alone. And that would also be, difficult for me to navigate. So I think that, criminal element is a perfect fit here.
Yeah, criminal element then -1. When we are dealing with criminal elements, we get, because it's not that I'm a dipshit. I'm quite clever, but, in that way that, I don't understand. No, we can absolutely do this. No, we don't want you to do that. They're gonna kill us, Brooks.
We're gonna die, Brooks. Okay, so criminal elements. Cool. I'm gonna put on here, because I don't think I have anything in my character. I think I'm bad with tech. And I think it has something to do with that nano god that I came across.
Okay, cool.
Whether that's a caravan thing or not, I don't want to put that on you, but I know that's something that would be difficult for me.
Yeah, I think that like -1 with tech. So like we should explain
Specifically,
tech
like
a little bit
specifically like sentient tech, like dealing with sentient tech
with AI. So yeah, let's do AI and criminal elements.
Okay, cool.
Which means we get 2 additional points that we can put in one of our 3 stations.
Hell yeah.
I think it makes sense to have 1 in gunnery because we've like pimped it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
well, it sounds like we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The question that I have is: do we want to round it out with maintenance, or do we want to sink another one into pilot or gunnery?
I was thinking pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that too, because given our narrative description, I don't know what our dispatch's specialty is gonna be, but unless it's pilot, we probably want points in that.
Well, so hear me out. So our dispatch, we've changed dispatch a little bit, right?
We have.
So dispatch can do 3 things, and it can only do one of 3 things at a time.
Correct.
So you can either have dispatch developing new gear.
That's right. We can switch it out at will. It's not even
Yeah.
per contract anymore.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
But the idea being that, like, once you have it active, you can use that. But if I can no longer use that item if I switch them to providing contract leads, right?
Right.
So that it's you have to have it like sunk in, or else those things become irrelevant.
Yeah.
So when the party makes their selection, the archivist makes an NPC based on the that's kind of older, but can be changed at any time, but only one act at a time. Does not provide a province bus. We should decide what our dispatch is.
I do like the idea that we had to get a builder to pilot the ship, or maybe, I don't know. Is it something? Do you think that that Brooks can pilot this thing on his own? Is this like an Anakin Skywalker? Like normally Ember fights can't do this, but
Brooks has been around it long enough where he can do it.
yeah,
He was like the protege of.
right.
He was like best. Yeah. I think he can do it. I like the idea though that like it is like a it's not like an AI. It's like a holographed memory of Matic, or something like that. It is like, I don't know. Does that work for you? Something that like it's like maybe it is AI.
given our quirks, that would make a very interesting caravan. So it's like an AI of Maddox?
It's either like an AI or like maybe like some relic he discovered, like maybe it's the box, right? Like the box that it like clicks I don't know if I like that, because I kind of like that as a hook story.
Yeah, I like that as a hook. I don't know. I mean, you could have it as a hook and as a dispatch. It would just have potentially really big implications for, like, let me put it this way. If that was going to be a thing, you would have to do an arc on that, right? Like you wouldn't have an option not to, I don't think.
So let's say this much. Do we want dispatch to be like a guy, or do we want it to be something weird?
Well, what do you have in mind for weird? Because I always love weird.
Well, so like AI, like a fucking alien ghost, like fucking
Hey now.
imprinted. Hey now, hold on.
You said alien ghost.
That's you lowering your eyebrow. We should probably get a dispatch question going.
Yeah, I guess we probably should. I mean, what do we have on there right now? Is it even a question or no?
No.
It's just dispatch. Who do you work with is the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like the idea of like some lady we hired on who like keeps us fucking, where she's like, you guys are fucking idiots, and you're gonna pay me this amount of money,
and I'm gonna help you with these jobs, because she kind of feels bad for them. Or I like an alien ghost.
I like the alien ghost, not gonna lie. I don't know. I'm torn between that, and I do like the idea of us having a creepy little builder who, like, he's in the cargo netting most of the time, and he's kind of made that into, like, his little, not gallery, but it's like his little nest, and, like, in that he's got all of his equipment, so, like, he rarely leaves the cargo netting.
I think I don't know. I like the idea that it's us piloting this shit built through a builder without a builder.
Okay.
Yeah, like that appeals to me for some reason.
All right, yeah, then like follow that gut. Okay, cool. Then if that's the case, I'm gonna go alien ghost.
Okay, alien ghost.
Alien ghost every time.
Okay, maybe it's some relic that Maddox had in the gallery that, like, when he died, like his will was keeping it, like his selfishness and will for his gallery was keeping it like stuck in whatever it was in, and now it's like it's stuck on this fucking train, and it's like, well, fine.
I love the idea that Maddox died and found himself in a fucking hallway leading towards a bright light, and he was just like, yeah, let me check on my stuff really quick. I'll be right back.
One second.
One second.
I guess you can come out. Maybe it's we can it's she was like so it's some old world relic that like she's like tied to, her soul's tied to, and now she is like stuck on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So old world
Susie.
Old world Susie. Yep. There it is. So previous denizen of the glittering courts. I'm going to also put on here limited memory banks.
Yeah, it's not like she's AI. It's more like she's a ghost, right? Like,
well, she can't. I don't know if I want her to be necessarily like. She needs to be fully sentient.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, because if she's running dispatch for us, she's giving us like intel in the field and stuff. Like that is the ultimate purpose of dispatch.
I'm saying that let's go totally supernatural with it.
Okay.
It's literally her soul.
Yeah.
Like full memory because like she's like been like imprisoned in this gallery for so long.
Okay, so she's imprisoned in an item in the gallery. Do we know which one?
No, we have no idea.
It's just so much junk.
Yeah. Maddox's like pure will of like maintaining his gallery is what kept her at bay, and now he's gone, and she's like, I don't even know where I am. There's so much shit.
So why does she help us?
I think like she feels a sense of responsibility for like the gallery because it's all she knows, and maybe like very really like petty coin allows her to like experience things again. So like having petty coin in the bank, yeah, like she can like I can taste again. I haven't tasted in so long, and it's because like the petty coin in this bank is like keeping that running. So if you guys keep doing jobs, I can keep feeling things.
I like that a lot. Okay, cool.
What's the name of our caravan? Because I got an idea, but I want to hear what you have.
I don't really have one, to be honest. I kind of like the crawler.
Crawler's good.
Crawler's okay. Like, what do you got?
The gallery.
Oh, yeah. No, that's way
Yeah.
better, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Caravan. The gallery. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and recap what we've got. Storage points and... oh, no. What does the cargo netting add? It's 3?
Yep.
So storage points are at a 12.
Hell yeah.
Pilot is a 3. Maintenance is 1. Gunnery is 2. We have a bank with 25 petty coin. These are 3-segmented cars on large legs that can lift the body up to 3 meters. We have a pilot bay that consists of levers and pulleys to control the legs. This is Maddox's old gallery. We have a maintenance bay consisting mainly of a lot of cargo netting that adds more treasure and haul points to our caravan. We have a heavy imbued weapon that is basically the grenade launcher version of a gas station knife on the back car that goes up above the car and pivots around. We are known as a greedy caravan, and so acting in an intentionally greedy, immediately short-term greedy way generates us currently an additional D12. We are bad against criminal elements and AI, and our dispatch is Old World Susie, which, fuck, the more I think about that, that is such a good dispatch. That's a great
Right?
NPC.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I love that so much. Like, I don't know, man. This actually seems like it worked really well.
Yeah. I think
like-
that, like, there's more problem areas probably in this section than character creation.
Yeah, I can see a few.
Yeah, but nothing, like, too egregious.
No. It'll be some stuff that we need to fine tune after playtesting for sure. But
Yeah.
I think it's enough to move into an alpha set to see if other people run into the same problems with.
Yeah, and I like our crew. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's fun.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, next week, let's actually make a couple more. Let's do this process like a couple of times.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of go from there and start doing like the parallel work of getting everything actually ready.
yeah.
Well, that being said, folks, we do want to thank you so much for joining us for today's stream. Sorry about the weird technical issues in the middle, but I'm glad it seems like we at least got it, up and running again. If you are just joining us at the very end, we're sorry you missed us. You can catch us again next week. Corey will be doing an art stream this coming Tuesday. And then 1 week from today, we'll be back here doing this again. But we are TGS Games. We make Vault Peddlers. We've been doing it for about 2 years now, and we're like a couple of weeks away from an alpha launch, which, God, that is so weird to say. We've been doing this for like 2 years, live on Twitch. And one of the coolest things about it is getting to do it with everybody in the community. We've gotten really cool responses so far, great suggestions that have made this a much different and, let's be honest, better game than the one that Corey and I originally made. So we are eternally in your debt for that.
And it's very real and actionable. Like, we have had someone who's been watching us from the start who has come on and played a playtest with us.
Yeah.
So, like, if you are interested, if you are watching us, go to tgsgames.com, check out our Twitch, our Twitch panels. You can find tgsgames.com there, or Drive Through RPG, which will lead you back to tgsgames.com too. I don't know, like, scope out what we have for Vault Peddlers, hit the Discord button. You can join our Discord and talk to us. If you ever have any questions about the game while we're on here, ask questions. We are fucking very happy to answer them.
And if Discord isn't your thing, I also want to plug our Twitter. Because we've, like, the interaction that we've gotten on Twitter has been phenomenal. And we cannot thank the community enough for that. But that being said, we do want to thank you guys again so much for all your time. We are going to go now because my voice is dying. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Hi, I love you.
Love you. Bye.